Hi there and welcome to another video. I know it's been ages, hasn't it? I need to apologize for that. Unfortunately, my 9 to 5 gets really busy this time of the year, and that's been keeping me, well, it's been keeping my hands tied, let's put it that way. I haven't had the time to tackle the turbo conversion on Ronin, our NA8. But I am going to get there, I promise. I am making some progress. Good news is that we've made a little bit of progress, and I mean a very little bit, on the 200SX, the RS13 project as well. I managed to find a flywheel and a clutch for that. Next up is the bell housing and the gearbox, and then hopefully that can start gathering momentum. Now, I haven't had time to tackle the turbo conversion, well, as vehemently as I'd like, but now I haven't had time to tackle the turbo conversion with the dedication that I'd like, but I've got a couple of minutes here, so I'm going to tackle one of the little modifications, little tweaks that I've been dying to do for a while. It helps tidy up the engine bay, and that is a charcoal canister or evap canister delete. It's a pretty simple task, and there's hundreds of videos out there on YouTube on how to do it. I'm just going to sort of document the process. I may talk you through it, but this is by no means going to be an instructional. Righto, this is the evap canister right here, and we're going to be removing this whole piece here, as well as this solenoid over here, and going to be rerouting a couple of the hoses. Now on the NA6 there are two hoses and they sort of point in different directions here. Ours are both on the same side here, and I can actually just run a little loop there and tidy it up. I do have a bung to fit over there, so I could make it really tidy, but a little loop won't look terrible either. Okay, so what do we need to do? Well, first we need to pull off as many of the hoses as we can. That's it, it's off. Now we're going to remove this bracket here, and we're going to work on, well, these lines that are floating around now. Okay, I'm going to pull this one off because this one, which needs to be looped back onto that one over there, well, let's point to this. But this hose that runs over here needs to be looped back onto that one, so I'm going to pull this long one off, and I should be able to twist this other one to get it onto there and keep that pretty neat and tidy at least. And then this whole long piece under here is going to come off and out. All right, let's get to it. Alright, there we go. You can see how I've just looped that one over there. Now, there wasn't a clip on this end of the pipe, but there was one on that end. So I just, well, duplicated, rotated the pipe a little bit and popped it back on. Easy. Okay, now we need to take a look at the solenoid. We're going to need I believe it's a 10 socket and a spanner, and we can remove that, and then we can move over to removing the bracket, just to really tidy things up. Of course, that bracket over there. That was explosive. Now may actually just pull this whole bracket out. let's see what it looks like. Okay, let's undo this electrical connector here. There we go, electrical connector done. All right, and this one's running underneath there with a little bit of a sleeve on it. As easy as that. That's the lot that was tucked in there. All right, we're going to address that side just now. Let's see about removing this other bracket too. I'm not going to cut it just in case I want to reinstall, so I'm just going to unclip it from there. There we go, doesn't look, no. There we go, that bracket doesn't need to be in there either. Happy days. We're not going to need that bolt over there, but that one holds down the fuse box, so that can go back in. Not going anywhere. All right, this one will get taped up. All right, unfortunately I only have crappy blue tape, but it's going to be tucked away. I'll replace it with a nice black tape at a later stage. Okay, and that's going. Come on, I'm sure we can get it back there. Happy days, out of the way. Now let's see what can be done about this bracket. And there we go, that's it. Out of the way. I'm sure that'll clean up okay. Alright, so there we go. We've cleared that out of the way. And it's looking pretty tidy. I also did a little bit of a wire tuck, well, sort of at the back there. Just getting an electrical connector out of the way. Strut board does make things a little untidy there. But now we cast our attention to, well, these boys. Let's see if the bung that I've got can block that off nicely, or if I'm just going to have to run a loop. I've actually been saving this thing for ages, but I have a sneaky suspicion it is far too... Never mind. It fits. It fits. Oh, there we go. It's a nice rubbery one, so it expands and goes over it. And, well, I think that's done. I didn't have the ones in the trunk, so yeah, that's I had to actually find one, and when I did find one, I held on to it for dear life. Nearly lost it twice. Okay, but I think that's it. We just need to clean up here. I may tackle that as well before taking some photos, but ta-da! And there we go, that's as simple as it is. Charcoal canister delete. It's still a very busy engine bay. A lot of hoses, but now the big glaring black thing that used to sit over there is, well, no more. I'm definitely going to want to tuck a few more things. I have an ABS model, but the ABS doesn't work, so we're taking a look maybe at getting rid of this eyesore. We'll see. Probably going to cook that plastic with a turbo anyway. And here's a quick look at the items that I pulled off. The brackets, some of the hoses, 2 brackets actually, the canister itself, and of course the relay. So, saves a little bit of weight, but it's really not about the weight, it's about just cleaning up the engine bay. Alright guys, that's it. Thanks very much for watching, and stay tuned to the channels because the turbo build will be happening. I don't know when, but it will.